Seize the moment. At age 45, these opportunities are starting to become too far and few between. He has 4 runner-up finishes. It's now time to seal the deal.
And for Palermo, there's constant comparisons between him and Belmo. This is his chance to separate the two-handers and establish himself as the best two-hander on the PBA Tour or the world.
Both Belmo and Palermo with 1 tour title, 0 majors. Shafer.
Ball change to the start on the left lane for Ryan-Shafer. And interestingly enough, Osku Palermaa had choice of starting lane. He decides to let Ryan-Shafer start the match, which means Osku will finish the match on the left lane.
Palermo, the number 5 seed. Shafer all the way up from the 15 seed spot. A 7-10?
7-10 split.
Just a very unusual pin carry when you're throwing that much power at it. You don't see Osku, Jason Belmonte, those guys leave stuff like this.
That was an all or nothing effort.
Yeah, that was 30.
That one touched about 30.
Yeah, that was 30 miles an hour.
It might have hurt himself too. Early tone set. Osku's fiance, Veronica Lento, and their beautiful baby Edda. A nice view of this one. Boy, she's handling this very well, as Edda. Palermo in the second. Bounce back shot. Gets them all to drop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, out of those 2 shots, this is not the one he thought was going to carry. We saw Ryan-Shafer last game get a couple of these.
He's like, yeah, whatever. The good shot, I go blower 7-10. The bad shot, I trip 2-8.
Whoa.
Pinch high, only leaving the 4-pin. Changed balls on both lanes, not just the left lane. Players got a couple extra practice balls during the break. Obviously, Ryan found something he liked the looks of a little better.
Here's the arsenal that Ryan-Shafer has.
Now using a nano pearl, was using a Marvel pearl. Top of the list of the hook rating. You know, it's funny, Chris, you looked over after the last game and you kind of said, has he used up all of the luck after those 2 trip 2 pins? Trip 2-8, trip 2. Well, maybe. Solid 9. That's not real lucky.
Not so much.
The PBA World Series of Bowling continues next week with the Bear Viper Open. John Rash will make another attempt at a title along with Mike Fagan, Great Britain's Stuart Williams, and Venezuelan Ildemaro Ruiz Jr. That is next Sunday, a little later next Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN.
Ten-pin.
It's almost like the ball weighs 20 pounds when it hits the pins. It's hitting the pin so hard.
And this is absurd. Watch the 6-pin as it goes around. It's not even going around the top of it. It's going right around the bottom. He's got to feel absolutely cursed on this right lane. He's just repeatedly beat on the pocket and just not gotten any strikes to show for it.
Maybe that's why he chose to finish on the left lane. He's using the high road on the right lane and outlaw on the left lane.
And the left is where Palermo will go right now. He struck there in the second. Down 11 in the 53rd edition of the PBA World Championship.
Just somebody burned that lane.
Yeah, this shot checks, and unlike the last one, which went by the head pin, this one checks. Pin basically comes out of the back. 3-pin goes back, hits the 9, goes up in the air, and comes back and lands down right on top of the 10-pin to knock it out of there.
Last 2 frames have been 9 spares for Shafer after that opening strike.
Double wood.
Last time on that lane, he went 4-pin. Probably made a little bit of an adjustment, only to go light.
This is his last shot on this right lane. He did move considerably left. Moved a little bit too far. Got in front of it.
Not the time to get too cute.
That's what the two-handers do to you, though. They change the lane so fast you end up second-guessing yourself because the moves have to be bigger and faster than they normally are.
Our thanks to Kegel for all the help with the CATS system. Kegel, the official training center of the PBA. Last title for Ryan-Shafer, got to go all the way back to 2003 when he won the Empire State Open, defeating some bum named Chris Barnes.
That was 9 years ago. Imagine the reaction if he should win today. The Empire State Open, the 4th career victory for Ryan-Shafer.
Back on the strike train.
We talk about how major championships define careers. Ryan-Shafer, with only 4 career wins to his credit.
I thought you could have just moved it. Did you get it right on the 4 corner? Did you feel like you got it right?
If he could add a 5th and it's a major, it would make that resume look a whole lot different.
Palermo made the major show in 04, falling to Walter Ray.
2 in a row for the native of Finland.
And he just took a 1-pin lead halfway through the title match.
His first lead of this title match. That's the strut of somebody who liked the roll. 2 for 2 in the strike department on this left lane is Palermo.
Yeah, but the 2 strikes on that lane, one was a trip 2-8, and one went through the nose and tripped the 4-7-10 out. Very suspect on the left lane. And that's the lane he chose to finish on.
So I think those last 2 shots on this left lane have probably given him a little bit of confidence. They both hooked. They both stopped for a 4-pin. He can move a little bit off of that. It's not a big move. A little 1 board, 1.5 boards left with his feet. Should get him in the pocket the next time around. Shafer's not left of him. There should be nobody there to where he's moving into more hook.
0 for Shafer. Takes the lead. It's at 10.
Nice pin carry here. Makes a really good shot. Gets into that swish zone and kicks the 7 out last. When he's got it going, he strikes a lot, and his carry percentage tends to get very, very good.
Three, 6, 10.
Just goes back and forth.
You can hear him. He moves left. It gets through the front, then it gets through the middle and through the back. He moves on top of it, and that ball hooked about 18, 20 feet down the lane and never had a chance to get to the pocket. Another 3, 6, 10.
Dropped it.
Leaves the 7th open. Palermo an open frame in the first. Shafer
You hook it at it, you can't make it. You throw it straight, you can't make it.
now 1 in the 7th.
That was stupid.
See if Palermo can capitalize on the opening that was just handed to him by Shafer. Strike number 4 for the Finnish international. Palermo heads to the left lane right now. It's been a bit of an adventure over here.
This is the first frame where he trips the 2-8 out. He comes right back to the next frame and goes through the nose and trips the 4-7-10 out. And another shot that went high to leave a 4-pin. Oh, he's doing everything in the world to wait on Ryan-Shafer. He's thrown some great shots that haven't struck. Ryan-Shafer just opened. That would have been a perfect opportunity for Osku to put his foot firmly in Ryan-Shafer's throat. Instead, the 10-pin stops him dead in his tracks.
And the 10-pin's going to pay for it right here. So a spare in the 8th. Lead at 5. Shafer off that open frame. Here's his effort now in the 8th.
Pretty good shot here for a flat 10, but this ball doesn't really have a whole lot on it when it enters the pocket. See the 6-pin go to the sidewall and just kind of lay dead in the right gutter.
I think a little bit, some of that is reaction from that shot that hooked early last time. You get afraid to touch it. You get afraid to get on it a little bit, and then you push it by, and then it doesn't, like you said, it just comes in a little bit flat.
Five-pin match. We begin the foundation frame 9th. Last 2 frames for Shafer. Open in the 7th on this left lane. And then that 9 spare. Liked it. And the 10 denies him.
Not enough gas entering the pocket. I mean, it looks really good, and then it just gets right in front of the 1-3 and just loses energy.
Is it time to make a change for him as the eyeballs the 10th, or do you stay with what got you here?
Without question. I think the angle is too extreme for that ball. There's not enough back end left in that bowling ball. He needs to go to something that'll turn the corner harder.
Question is, does he have a ball waiting that he knows the difference of,
Right.
that he can make a call?
He gets the finish on the right lane. I think it's a little bit better lane for him with that ball. He's only got one frame left. But Osku can seal the deal right now by striking 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Worst shot of the day.
Actually, just the 9th and 10th with good count. Osku Palermaa is going to become Finland's second major champion.
Mika Koivuniemi being the first.
Anything can happen on this left lane, though, and we've seen it. How badly would Ryan-Shafer like that missed spare in the 7th right about now when he whiffed the 3-6-10?
There's your strike. Pushes himself up and propels himself that much closer to his first major. Oh, he was with that shot all the way. Down and dirty.
That was just full beast mode right there.
8 will win it. Only gets 6.
Oh, interesting.
Now he needs 3.
If he gets 2, Ryan-Shafer can strike out and we have a tie. And again, how huge the whiff 3-6-10 for Shafer in the 7th.
Only needs 3 pins. He'll take 4 and the title.
Osku Palermaa, PBA World Champion.
And the Palermo family celebrates their first major. And Ida, say hello to some hardware.